All right, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that local and national original music scene and I just shove it in your face any which way I can. You need to check it out. All genres, all age groups around the world. Just not in the United States. There is great music everywhere. So get on the platforms, check out the music, digital downloads, get the swag, get their CDs, go to the shows, and go to the local shows in your town and support your local musicians and national musicians. They're doing what they love to do, and they love to see you out there enjoying their music to get you away from the break of the 8 to 10 hour grind every day. So support these bands and musicians. We've got a great show for you today. I'm chewing on halls here because it is winter time in Michigan. Oh, it is, but it's melted. I love that. I love that. Get a hold of me, bands. No Cover TV on Facebook. NoCoverTV.live is the website. Or NoCoverTV@yahoo.com if you want to email me. So get a hold of me. If I find you, I have a whole different list of questions. And we could just get down and dirty on that. Oh, yes. So I want to thank Rit Music, our sponsor out of Grand Rapids in Holland, Michigan. Great music store. Go on up to the Grand Rapids store. Pick up one of the No Cover TV guitar picks. That's your 10% off of all accessories in both stores. So mention No Cover TV or get that guitar pick and save a little bit of money on your accessories and stuff. Yeah. So the cough drop doesn't want to stay in the mouth. What do I do? I got to get to our guest today. At the table. At the table. This is not a remote. We've got a Michigan band, a hot band, in the house today. Mama's Hot Sauce is here with us today at the table. How you doing?
Hi. Doing great.
We got John and Paula joining us today. The other members couldn't make it.
Yeah, otherwise engaged today.
Well, thank you for Grace and No Cover TV.
Oh, thanks
I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
Been checking it out. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Well, we got here, ladies and gentlemen, out podcast land, and I need you to get on your PCs, your computers, stone tablets, however you connect to the internet. Get on the platforms because you want to check out Mama's Hot Sauce. This is rockabilly with an edge. They call it scorchabilly. Scorchabilly because it's hot.
It's hot. It's spicy.
It's spicy. It is. Oh, my. Oh, my. I love rockabilly. I do love rockabilly. It's great stuff. So let's talk a little bit. I'm going to take you here, there, and everywhere. But my question is, rockabilly. Okay. What made you go down that road?
I've been doing it for like 40 years almost. I'm originally from the Netherlands. I came to the U.S. in 2009 after I met Paula online 2 years earlier. And I've been in all sorts of bands there, but all like rockabilly and rock and roll. And we've seen a good part of Europe doing that. I've played Germany, Belgium, France, England.
Really? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Nice.
And for me, I never liked rockabilly. I was strictly classic rock. I fronted so many bands in California where I was originally from, rock and roll and classic rock.
Okay.
And then I met John, and John's all about rockabilly. We used to laugh at rockabilly because they'd come all dressed up and they would do that, and it just sounded so hokey to me. And he told me, no, you need an education in what rockabilly really is. And then he started introducing me to Gene Vincent and to Brian Setzer and to
Reverend Horton.
Oh yeah, Reverend Horton.
And going into punkabilly and going into the harder edge stuff. And I was like, okay, well, this doesn't suck. I started listening a lot more. And by the time he came here, he immigrated to the U.S., I was like, okay, we need to get a band together.
That's great.
And as it happened, when we met each other online, we didn't know we were musicians. He's a really good guitar player. Mm-hmm. I'm a singer.
You're the singer.
And we're like, oh, that's just a match made in heaven.
That is a match made in heaven.
And this is Todd, our harmonica player.
How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing good.
Todd just came into the table.
Yeah.
Welcome, my friend.
Well, tried to get here earlier, but you know.
That's great. Well, welcome, Todd.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Well, some of the other band members here. Introduce all the band's members.
So I'm Paula DeVos.
Paula DeVos.
I'm a singer. I'm a lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
This is our guitar player, John DeVos, my husband.
Right.
Guitar player, also sings in the band.
Okay.
Todd Dyna is our harmonica player and also sings. We all sing. Chris Francis is our drummer, and he sings too. In fact, he writes. We all write on the album that we just came out with. So we all sing, we all write, and so he's our drummer. And then we just added our new upright bass player, Steve
Sapilak.
Sapilak. I'm sorry, I haven't got his last name down. But he's a phenomenal upright bass player.
Upright bass player, you gotta have that.
Really great guy. He's out at Garden City, and just really down to earth kind of guy. So we're in rehearsals with him now because we have our calendar's getting full.
Well, that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do before we get to now is I'm going to take a little trip in the past. Okay, I'm going to pick on you guys just a little bit. Todd, you just came at the right time. I'm going right for you, John. Yeah, I'm taking you back. We're going to the time capsule. I want to know at 15 years old what you were listening to. And you're not in the States, you're over there.
Let me tell you, I grew up in a really big family, 6 kids. Mm-hmm. I'm the youngest. So what I heard growing up was immensely diverse. My dad loved opera, Italian opera singers. My oldest sister was into Elvis and Gene Pitney and Roy Orbison.
Wow.
My oldest brother played accordion, so I heard a lot of accordion music. I had brothers who liked soul music and Creedence Clearwater Revival and Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Wow.
So I grew up with all of that.
All of that.
When I became a teenager, that's when I started to get interested in playing guitar. So I got my first guitar when I was 12, I think.
12 years old.
And so then I was much more guitar-oriented, but I was always drawn to early rock and roll and rockabilly.
Oh, okay.
Elvis, but I also like Chuck Berry, Gene Vincent, stuff like that.
And who did you tour with?
What?
And who did you tour with?
I actually went on tour with one of my bands for 2 weeks with Carl Perkins.
Did you really?
Yes.
Carl Perkins, no kidding.
We opened for him in Amsterdam, and after his show, the tour manager came over to us and he said, we would like to talk to you guys about something. We were like, oh, did we do something wrong? Or, did we really suck or something?
Right.
But they said, we really like what you guys do. And we want to see if you guys can stick around with us, for the rest of the tour. To open for us.
That is great.
That was on a Saturday, and we had no idea if we could even get time off, from work. I had a regular day job.
Right.
So we had until Tuesday, I believe, to make that decision. And on Monday, we all went in and we're like, this is what we can do, Can we get like 2 weeks off?
Right.
And luckily, they were all very cooperative. So, we played in Germany, Belgium, France.
Nice.
And in the Netherlands, I think we did 1 or 2 shows. But we only had 2 weeks, so
just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, but that had been phenomenal to do that.
It's amazing. I mean, one of the nicest people I've ever met. It's like we didn't see a whole lot of him, but I talked to him like twice.
Okay. And of course, Zoe's in the house giving her opinion. Right, Zoe? The mascot is up there watching Dad on the show. So that's pretty cool. So you're in the Netherlands. Okay. You picked up the guitar at 12. How long did it take you to kind of master it?
I learned pretty quick in the first few years because I was very eager. I was totally into it. So every time that I had, I would put into practicing
Good
learning
deal.
guitar. Back then, of course, you didn't have internet or anything like that.
No.
So I did it with books. And when I started, they had a TV show on Sunday afternoon that was meant for people who wanted to learn to play guitar.
Nice.
So they had a famous Dutch guitar player. It was a jazz guitarist who would host a show with somebody else who also started playing.
Okay.
And they brought out a record, a long play album, with all the exercises on it. And it had a book with explanation and like tabs and stuff like that on it.
Nice.
And so every week I would practice the next exercise, and then on Sunday afternoon I would sit in front of the TV
Watch
with
that.
my guitar.
Yeah. I wish they had that when I was growing up.
But yeah, I learned a lot from that, and I advanced pretty quickly in the first few years.
Nice.
I started my first band when I was 19, and after that I got lazy.
It sometimes hits you. It sometimes will hit you. All right. We're now in the future. You're here in the States. Okay. And you were in California.
We were.
You were both in California. And you just came to Michigan in 2021.
Right.
Newbies.
Pretty much.
Newbies to the Michigan, to the mitten. Well, welcome.
We were warned against it.
Welcome to the snow,
we don't mind.
Okay. Now, Paul, when you were younger at that age, you mentioned early classic music, rock and stuff you were listening to. Did you start singing at an early age? What did you do, choir or anything like that?
Yeah, my mom was a musician. She was one of those annoying people that could pick up anything and play it. Kind of like John. It's got strings, he can play it.
Just play it.
So that was my mom. And we used to have, from a very early age, when family would come to visit from out of state, we would have family jam sessions.
Oh,
Mom
nice.
on piano, cousins on guitar, somebody playing a recorder, somebody playing bongos, whatever. The requirement was everybody had to participate and everybody had to play something. So me and my younger sister and my brother, we would get coffee cans, fill it up with beans or rice, and we would have shakers.
Shakers.
But everybody had to sing. So I've been singing since I can remember.
Oh, yeah.
Then when I got to school, we had to take a semester of band and semester of choir, and I took a semester of choir, and that was it. That was it. Then I I was in competing choirs, like they'd go from school to school competing against other schools.
Okay.
And I've been singing
good deal.
forever.
And then you met John and you got together and he taught you rockabilly.
He taught me rockabilly, and I went from, I'm not doing that crap. So, let's do this. That's awesome.
Let's have some good times. It's a lot of fun. Good. I'm glad. All right. Todd, you're here too. Okay. Back in the day, 15 years old, what were you doing? You thinking about being a musician at that age?
Well, it's funny you should ask this. I lived in Bay City for quite a long time, until I was 14 years old.
All right.
But then my best friend lived 2 houses down from me, and his girlfriend's boyfriend came back from England, and he brought back a whole stack of albums.
Oh, really?
And it was, all the new rage stuff, like Savoy Brown and, all the classic rock.
Nice.
But all with a blues tinge.
Okay.
So that got me into the blues. So I'm a blues guy at heart, but I love rockabilly too.
I love rockabilly. When did you pick the harp up?
My grandfather gave me Roy Rogers harmonica when I was 12 years old.
Nice. I love that. I love it.
And and I walked everywhere, or I rode my bike. and I always had my harmonica with me. I wasn't never very good, but you get your 10,000 hours in. You learn something.
You got to get the 10,000 hours in.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yes, and then we have the drummer, of course, and the bass player.
Yeah,
and they're amazing too. What I see in here,
they're really, really good. I can't really speak too much to their background, except for that they've been playing forever and a day, and they really add such a great layer to our band. We played with even here in Michigan, we played with several bass players, and the ones that stuck with us for a while. They were okay. They fit the bill, but they weren't exactly what we needed to take us over the top. They didn't slap. They didn't have exactly the dynamics we were looking for, but we needed somebody, and upright bass players are like a needle in a haystack here.
Right.
And then we just added Steve, who can slap, he can sing, he has a great attitude, and so we're super happy with him. And then, like I said, Chris, our drummer, he also writes, he also sings. It's just the dynamic in our band now is so tight and so good. I'm really excited with the addition of Steve to see where we go this year.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that is really
we really love to take it to a whole new level this year.
Yeah.
See
Good
where
deal.
we could go.
I think you're going to be able to do that. What I see in here.
Yeah, we're talking to people about a possible European tour. Probably not going to happen this year, but maybe next year.
That'd be great. They'll eat you up over there.
He knows a lot of people.
You go, John.
He speaks
knows
multiple
everybody.
languages, so.
And translator and everything right here.
Absolutely.
That is cool. All right, so we talked a little bit about your past and stuff. Well, let's just get right down to the music and stuff. You just put out a new CD.
We did.
Rat Rod Zombies from Outer Space. Yeah. Okay, I've got to ask, who came up with the name?
That was Chris Francis. Like I said, we all write.
I actually came up with a title.
Did you come up with that title?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He wrote the song.
Okay.
I just had like an idea. I was like, so we wanted to put out an album, and we were like, so we want to have all originals this time. On our first album, we had
some covers,
a couple of covers. So I do write lyrics, and sometimes like a whole song. I can sometimes write like a whole song just from the top of my head,
Nice.
But a lot of times I also struggle, and I have no idea. So then I get a title, but that's about it.
That's my problem. I can come up with the title of a song and write it, but I can't. I'm not a writer. I can play, I'm not a singer and all that stuff.
On Facebook, we have a band chat in Messenger.
Okay.
So every now and then in the evening, we talk to each other, that way.
Okay.
And I just came up with that title, and I said, okay, here's a title. Rat Rot Zombies from Outer Space.
I love this.
And go.
Go.
And I think like an hour later.
Not even. I don't even think it. Chris writes really fast, and he writes I tell him he writes chapter books because he writes really long songs, but they're awesome. They have like the lyrics are cool. The lyrics are catchy, and in Rat Rod Zombies, they're funny, and
that's
and he just,
name.
it's like sometimes he'll say, I have an idea for a song, and then 5 seconds later, there's this much in depth.
Wow.
And it's like 7 or 8 minutes long, and I'm like, no, let's cut that. Let's take that out.
We're gonna cut it right in half.
Slice and dice.
We're not a jam band, right?
Yeah, you can't do this forever.
That's great. Well, it's cool that all of you participate and write and contribute to the music in the band.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. That is...
All of us have writing credits on this CD. Todd wrote Junebug. Chris wrote a couple songs on there.
Cool.
We wrote songs. I wrote Born to Rock. I wrote the lyrics to that. So we all do contribute.
I like that. I like to see that. Now let's tell everybody out in podcast land platforms. Where can they find you?
Oh my gosh. Well,
we have our own website, www.mamashotSauce.com.
That's MAMA, not mama. That's MAMAS.
Of course, on Facebook, on Instagram. We have our own channel on YouTube. If you look for Mama's Hot Sauce, you can find that too.
And it's also on Spotify. And
Our
Apple
music is like everywhere on every streaming platform.
Great.
That is known.
Good deal.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Good. You know, and I've noticed when I was checking you out, you got some good fans out there. You got people that like what you're doing. What do you think about that?
It's really, it's pretty awesome. When you start looking or talking to some of the fans that are on your, like, for instance, our Facebook page, and they're from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, how did you even find us?
Right.
Well, I was looking for this, and there you were, and I love it. So, that's
amazing.
really cool.
It is amazing.
It's very cool. I think that if we are able to get our European tour together, I think we'll, have a good response for where we go. So.
Right. Now, John, what do you think about nowadays versus 20 years ago? We have the platforms to throw all our music on. 20 years ago, we had to open the trunk up, flyer out, throw our cassette tapes and whatever out to get the music. What do you think of today versus not then? Do you like it the way it is now, the platforms and stuff, or?
It's, I guess every era has its pluses and minuses. I think that the digital age that we are in right now, it's easy to, get the word out and get your music out.
True.
Musicians are in general, of course, not happy with the streaming platforms because you basically don't get any money from it.
No.
A couple pennies, maybe, if you're lucky.
I'm getting real rich here.
So that's why we still have physical CDs that we sell at gigs.
Good.
And of course, other merch like T-shirts and hats and all that stuff. So it's easier for people to follow us and to get to know us and to hear our music. But sometimes I really long back to the good old days where you just had to work really hard, and people definitely had to come to your shows to know what you were all about.
Right.
I mean, now they can just go to YouTube and go like, "Oh, hey, I like
there
that."
They are.
Or like, "Oh, no, that's not what I like."
Exactly.
So, good old fashioned vinyl and stuff.
I love
that stuff too.
Well,
what about you, Todd?
Yeah. I still play my vinyl all the time.
Me too. I love it. Okay. Now, when you did the CD, you went in the studio, obviously. What studio was that? Let's give them some shout outs.
Magic City Studios in Big Rapids.
Up in Big Rapids. Yeah, Magic City.
Owned by Michael Krupple.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours.
Nice.
And very professional. He works for the TV movie industry in California, mostly. So in fact, he's on an airplane right now flying. But
he won several awards for TV shows.
Oh, nice.
So he's a sound for. He's a professional sound guy, and they run a studio in Big Rapids again, Magic City Studios.
Absolutely gorgeous, brand new studio. It's so warm and inviting. And
I love going
top
to the
of the line.
Plus, his wife Jackie always brings snacks when we're recording.
Eat up. There you go. Full belly and play some music.
Really nice people, very professional. Really good.
Oh, that's
good
great.
Stuff.
One question I like to ask when you're in the studio, me being older, us around their same age, I'm sure. When you went in there, mostly digital, a little analog?
Well, we have a recording studio down in our basement too, and it's all digital. But nowadays there are so many plugins that are based on analog sound.
Yeah.
We ourselves have like old tape deck emulations, tape echo. I recently bought the reverbs from Abbey Road Studios.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
They managed to do that absolutely beautiful. It's such a joy to hear that, and if you don't know that it's digital, you definitely won't hear it.
You wouldn't hear it. Okay, that's cool. It's pretty cool how they can implement that, to digital and make that happen. Because I love analog all the way.
Listening to it, unless you know, you don't know.
I like that warm, fuzzy feeling, definitely. And I like hearing the radio station out of my amp.
Yeah. The emulations they have these days are phenomenal. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
They don't let me buy the buttons anymore because I just like to push buttons. It's like, just keep them away.
Don't do that.
Keep them away from the back line. Everything. Because even when I get on an airplane, don't let me buy a button.
No buttons.
So that's great. Okay, videos and stuff. You got some stuff on YouTube. Who's shooting this? Who's doing this?
I do. Occasionally, I will shoot a video from stage if we're have a great big audience and having a lot of fun, and because we have a lot of fun on stage.
It looks like it. It looks like you're having a great time.
We do. We have a party on stage. But most of our videos are taken by either just people who are there and then they send them to us, or our drummer, his wife, Dana Francis, who is a good friend of ours as well. She also does our merch at gigs when she comes.
Okay.
And she will take some videos as well.
Nice.
So yeah, it's it's a hodgepodge of different places that we get them from.
Okay.
And maybe fun to tell this. One of the videos you'll find on YouTube is from a song called "My House Sits on the Corner of Drugs and Alcohol."
Yeah.
I watched that.
It's a fun video.
It is a fun video.
Absolutely. So we started recording that song right before COVID hit.
Okay.
We had only recorded bass and drums in the studio, and then everything was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, well, we really want to finish this, instead of wait for God knows how long.
Right.
We can get together again. So that's where the idea for our studio started.
Okay.
I decided to just order some studio equipment online.
Do it yourself.
Set up a little home studio. And that's where we recorded all the guitars and the vocals. And then we sent everything back to a friend Michael, and he mixed everything, and then the song was ready. And we were so happy with the song that we said, now we have to do a video. But COVID was still going around, so we couldn't get together. So we decided, every band member individually, to just shoot video of themselves, like for, I don't know, everybody had like 45 minutes of video. And again, sent that all back to Michael and me, and we together started editing the whole video, and that's how that turned out to be. And
so we're all
we had so much fun to do that.
I love that song. I was checking out and go, oh, that's great. That's some good stuff there.
John wrote in his head, and he's like, I have an idea. And I'm like, oh, no.
You're right. It's one of those. That is beautiful.
And now we start that one a cappella.
Yeah, we do start that one a cappella.
So everybody out there, you got to check out Mama's Hot Sauce. Get on YouTube and find some of these songs because they're great. Real good stuff here. Now, I do have a song queued. I don't know if we're going to get to it. Okay, but we're going to try to. Okay, we got about 15, 17 minutes, but I want to get to some other questions. All right, I want to have a little fun with you now. Okay, these are some general questions, and I like to hear the answers. Now, this first one here, you've been playing a long time. All of you have been doing this for quite a while. Name 2 people in this world, alive or dead, that you'd want to grace the stage with. Anybody.
Can it be a whole band?
Oh, yeah. It could be a band. It could be an individual.
For me, I would love to be on stage. This is the silliest thing ever. I would love to be on stage with Pink Floyd.
Oh.
It's one of my very favorite bands ever in the whole wide world. And I think for singing purposes would have to be Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. How about you, John?
Well, I was already privileged enough, of course, with
With Kyle.
but,
Right.
besides him, for vocals, I would have loved to have been able to share the stage with Roy Orbison. I think one of the most amazing voices ever. As for a band, either the Stray Cats or Reverend Horton Heat, I think.
I like that. That's great. That's great. All right, Todd, how about you, brother?
Delbert McClinton.
Really?
Delbert McClinton.
That's it.
That's it.
The band, Delbert's band, it's Delbert.
Delbert's it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
That's great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's cool.
I agree with you on that.
Oh, okay.
He's got a great band, and I love his voice, and I love his writing. It's like him and Gary Nicholson, man. Those two put down some words.
That's cool. I didn't expect that. That's cool. All right, another one here. Anywhere in the world. Now you want one answer from all of you. What stage do you want to perform on? Any stage in the world.
Oh my gosh. You go first. Stage.
Throws it to John.
I have to think about that.
I don't know.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I think something like Royal Albert Hall or something.
Royal Albert Hall.
Because it's beautiful, it's old.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody who is famous has been there at least once or twice.
Yes. It's a beautiful place. Paula?
Oh my gosh. The only thing I can think of, our music would not be a fit there, but I just think it would be the coolest place to be. It would be the Grand Ole Opry.
The Grand Ole Opry. Why not, man?
It's
Why
just
not
what we do, but I've always wanted to go there. I think it would be really cool.
That would be cool. That's a great stage. Oh, Todd?
I'm with John.
Royal
Albert Hall.
Royal Albert Hall. That's cool. That's great. All right. All right, a couple more good questions here. Now, you got a show. All right. You're all getting on stage, gearing up, getting ready, and you start. And you're performing, and you look out and you see the audience starting to move a little bit, shake a little bit, dance a little bit, possibly singing your songs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's got to bounce back and hit that heart. How does it make your hearts feel when you see that?
Well, we had that. John and I had that experience. We were playing in Lake Havasu, Arizona, with our California band at the Rockabilly Reunion in front of about 3,500 people.
Wow, nice.
We were singing Eat Your Meat.
Way more than 3,500.
Well, it was whatever.
It's a lot of people.
It was a lot of people. And we were singing our song. It's called Eat Your Meat.
Eat Your Meat. I love it.
And there were people right up against the stage singing our song with us. And I'm like, going over to John Pope. It was a bucket list, and that just, I mean, I was floating. I was like, we wrote that. People are singing it, and we could have just stopped playing there, and I would have been okay. I would have been, I'm done. It's good. That was amazing. That was amazing.
It stays with you. It definitely does. And they appreciate what you do. It's like a double-edged sword. You're making their heart happy, and it bounces back and makes you happy. And
it's energetic. It just pumps you full of energy and good feeling. And I think my face was tired from smiling so much. I was like, it's crazy.
Well, on the opposite note, now the show ends. We're wrapping it up, getting our gear all together. How long does it take you guys to wind down after a show?
For me, it kind of depends on what kind of night it was.
Right.
You sometimes run into like an okay gig where there may not be too many people showing up, or it's really hard to get the audience to
engage,
get going, dancing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, for me, usually the adrenaline lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
You still have to break everything down and pack everything
Pack
up,
it up.
drive home. But by the time I get to bed, I'm usually still wide awake. It's just,
Yeah.
That's my problem
Just lay
too.
there and toss and turn.
Yeah,
I'm here because my body says I'm supposed to be here, but my mind's going
Just rethinking everything.
over and over
yeah.
and over.
Yeah.
It's going.
Mhm.
It doesn't stop.
What's
Oh.
the difference in California where things stay open 24 hours?
Oh yeah.
Where I'd be playing, I would be with my California band before I knew John doing classic rock, and we would play at gigs. Really, really good night. And after that, we'd all pack up. We'd go out to breakfast because everywhere
Right.
stays open.
Exactly.
So we just go out to breakfast, and then you like, oh, that was so great, and what did you do? And this was great, whatever. You have the chance to really bounce all that energy off of each other, and then you drive home, and you're like, okay, now
Then you try and calm down a
now
little
I
bit.
can-
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Trying to
I
calm-
mean, way back when, back in the Netherlands, we could play a gig, and I would get home at like 6:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Would stop somewhere for shawarma because they have like amazing shawarma places there. So yeah,
I'm
we
hungry
just,
now.
he would just hang at the bar until the bartenders were like, "Could you guys please leave? We want to go home."
Go home.
And I'm hungry. Let's go eat somewhere. So
That was
before
a-
you know it, it'll be like 5, 6 in the morning.
That was a hard
Right.
realization when we moved here. Like our first gigs that we were playing, like, let's go find something to eat on our way home. It's like
They're all closed.
nothing. The streets
We go to
rolled
bed.
up, and we were like, oh man.
Good luck. That's great. All right. Let's see. Oh, we got about 10 minutes left. I got an idea, and I don't know if we can pull it off though. And I usually will do this with people that come to the table.
Okay.
John, you're a guitar player.
You're a guitar player, right?
Yeah, I am.
Well, I have an idea. Instead of me hitting this, why don't you pick up that guitar behind you and play me a little song?
Maybe we could do that.
Think you can do that?
Yeah. We can do something.
Give me something that's about 3 minutes long or so, 3-4 minutes. Can you do that?
What do you want to play?
Anything off the top of your head?
My house sits on the corner. We could do Stray Cat Strut, but my house is our song. So what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. It's up to you. I'm not forcing
Oh
you.
no. I'm good with
You don't
that.
have any harmonicas.
No, I don't. No.
Let's do.
He's thinking. We're going to get it.
Time's a ticking.
It is ticking.
Well,
I can
I mean-
feel it.
Are you gonna sing?
Yeah.
She's the vocalist right here.
Okay. So
Voodoo?
we could do something like Stray Cat Strut.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, fine.
All right. Take the headset off. Grab that guitar, John. It should
This
be.
is-
It should be in tune.
This is not one of our originals, obviously,
No.
but it is one that we play at every show because people in California, we stopped playing it for a while, and everybody's like, "Could you do Stray Cat?"
Yeah,
Stray Cat Strut?"
definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, podcast land, I have got them to pick up the guitar. We're going to do a live performance here with Mama's Hot Sauce. John's got the guitar. And we have Paula on vocals. Go ahead, John.
Like an old stray cat sitting on the fence. Ain't got enough dough to pay the rent. I'm flat broke, but I don't care. I strut right by with my tail in the air. Stray cat strut, I'm a lady's cat. I feel like Casanova. Hey, man, that's that cat. The shoe thrown at me from a mean old man. Get my dinner from a garbage can. Yeah, don't cross my path. sing the blues like a lady that cry. Wild stray cat, you're the real young guy. I wish I could be as carefree and wild, but I got cat class and I got cat style.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of shortened version because we don't have our bass player here.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, John and Paula and Todd, for doing that song live for me.
Thanks.
That is a lot of fun when we can get the artists to do that live.
That's a little unexpected. We weren't prepared, but that's okay.
That's why I hit you up.
These guys are providing, backup vocals and harmonies always help. So.
It was great. Thank you. And everybody out in podcast land, like I said, check out Mama's Hot Sauce, mamahotsauce.com, right?
mamashotsauce.com.
Yes, indeed. And go to all the platforms.
That's it. We're streaming everywhere. And our YouTube channel will give you our latest CD. And,
This Rod Zombies from Outer Space CD. You got to get it. No mess indeed. Yes, indeed. Great stuff.
Thank you.
And please, people, check out My House Sits On.
Check out our video. My house sits on the corner of drugs and alcohol. If you want
it wasn't me going down that road. But that is great. Well, we got a few more minutes here. One question I'd like to ask you. You've been doing it quite a while. And this mostly happens with my metal bands and stuff. But have any of you had any embarrassing moments on stage? Trip over a chord, fall on the drums, and might hit you in the face. Something happened.
Well, I actually did. It was embarrassing to me, but it was like I think this was in Bay City. We played. I had to bend down to get something, and I could not get back up to save my life. I was like, wait. I just could not get back. I don't know what the deal was, but I was stuck. I had to fall forward and pick back. That was embarrassing. I was like, I don't know. I'm getting old as a bitch.
John, can you think of anything? You might have anything?
Back in the Netherlands, I once smoked so much pot during our breaks that I really had no idea how to play guitar.
What is this thing? I love it.
How did you get here?
What is this I'm doing?
I kind of knew what I had to do, but it just wouldn't come out of my fingers. I was like,
I love it. Okay, Todd, any experiences?
I can't recall anything. I really can't.
We're gonna have to make sure that happens in the future.
I try to keep everything under control. It's like,
we're gonna have to put you down for one embarrassing moment. Coming up.
coming up.
Oh shoot! So you guys getting some radio press and doing some podcasts and things like that?
We have done other interviews on podcasts. We have a radio station that is particular to rockabilly that plays our songs,
Nice,
which is nice.
Yes.
Mostly we get a lot of venues calling or trying to book us, and so
that is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's great. That is great.
We're rocking and rolling.
Yes, you are. So you're playing out quite a bit coming up.
Yeah, last year we played out quite a bit. This year it's just starting to gear up, of course. And it was a learning experience because I book a majority of our gigs.
Okay.
And in California, it's year round. You can book any, if I want to go to a local brewery that we played at a lot, I'll just call them and say, hey, we're available, blah, blah, blah. You guys have gigs coming up any time of the year. Coming to Michigan was a whole other onion to peel that I'm still learning about the seasons and when they book what and how when you call a venue in January 3rd and they say, oh, no, we're booked for the year. And you're like, wait, what?
They book out.
The bar. We booked for the year. So it's a learning experience of starting to get it sort of. And we do have several things coming up on our calendar. So.
Good deal. Well, we're almost out of time here. What's future look like? Next 5 years, where you see Mama's Hot Sauce?
Hopefully on the road somewhere making a lot of money.
I like that answer. I like that. You want to get out? Would you like to get out of Michigan, do a little tri-state tour or a little
Would love
something?
to.
And the European thing you were mentioning too.
Yeah, the thing of it is John and myself and Todd, we're completely retired. Todd works one day a week.
Yeah, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, so we're pretty much, the three of us are pretty much retired and doing this for a living.
Nice.
Our drummer Chris, he works full time, so he has to take the time off.
Right.
And our bass player also works full time, so he has to take the time off. So if we do gig out of state and they can't make it, we have to find a sub.
Gotcha.
And so it's a little tricky and a little organizing kind of thing. But yeah, we do definitely want to play a lot farther places. Yeah.
So if you could play 5 days a week, you'd do it.
For me, yeah, I would. It would be very tiring.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
We'd have to have roadies.
Well,
I could do 3.
three at the tops. And this Todd saying 3 tops.
I'm 67, so it's like it's like.
I need my sleep.
And he doesn't have to haul all the gear.
Yeah, he just got the harmonica case, right?
I got a heavy bag. He's got a lot of stuff.
That's why my drummer was always mad at me. I never helped.
I think for me, my brain would probably say, hell yeah, let's do it. 7 days a week, why not? And my body would go like, are you insane?
Yeah, right. Don't you feel me?
The thought of doing it full time like that 5 or 7 days is really enticing. But the reality of it is, and what people who come to gigs just to watch music and are not musicians or in the business don't realize how much flipping work it is. It is. We have 2 gigs coming up in March on the same day.
Oh, that's a busy day.
So like early afternoon and then evening, and they're not in the same city. So we're like,
pack up and travel and unpack. Yes, fun stuff right there.
A lot of work.
So anybody out there would like to volunteer to help out Mama's Hot Sauce?
We all our own gear until we pay people.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Mama's Hot Sauce is in the house, and I appreciate you coming to the table. Thank you so much. I want to do this again very soon.
Okay,
I can't wait to keep listening and hearing and seeing what you're doing and where you're going to go with this.
Well, we're already John and I are already talking about starting to write for the next CD coming out.
That's
God knows when, but
I want to hear that.
Just got to keep it rolling,
I can't wait for the name. If you got this name, oh come on! I can't wait, John, for the next one.
I have so much more mild than our first one was just a taste of, Mama's Hot Sauce, just a taste of. And then this one, Rat Rod Zombies from Outer Space. It was a far cry from that first one.
That's great. All right, we're at 48 minutes, everybody. I appreciate everybody on Podcast Land checking out the No Cover TV podcast. Check out the previous shows and the future shows. We are booking into Maine now. We got a lot of great artists coming on from all over the world, from Sweden to Australia to Italy, everywhere. And it's great. I love it. Mama's Hot Sauce, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Come to the table.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's get this off the platforms. Let everybody around the world hear Mama's Hot Sauce. Let's do this. Everybody out in Podcast Land, we're out of here. Say we're out of here.
We're out of here.
Peace.